Thanks to the support as a channel member, Richard Myers. Well, we're going into the final 2 games of the season. We could still qualify for the Champions League, the Europa League, or the Conference League, or none at all. It's quite tight at the top of La Liga. We've not won in our last 4 matches, but we did play Atletico and Barcelona in that period, and we won the previous 7 in a row. I have absolutely no idea how this season is going to end up. What I do know is to keep things interesting going into the final day, we do need to beat Leganés at home first. This is the rough run of form that we're in, but as you can see, we've had 4 pretty tough games. Atletico, Real Sociedad, Barcelona, Sevilla. If you look at those teams, I mean, we've got Barcelona are above us, Real Sociedad are above us, Atletico are just below us, Sevilla also up in the top half of the table as well. They've been 4 very, very tough games. This one against Leganés are already relegated, I think. They're not, but we could relegate them here. I think they came up with us last year. So that makes that a huge game and will obviously set things up nicely for the last day of the season. As it stands right now, we are 4th. We're in a Champions League qualification spot. We've got no hope at all of getting into the top 3. The top 3 is already decided. They're just figuring out amongst themselves what order they're going to end up in. But there's 4 standard Champions League qualification spots and the potential for a 5th. And there's a few of us vying for those. We're on 58 points. Atletico are on 58 points. Osasuna are on 58 points. The fact that we're above both of them with lower goal difference suggests we've got better head-to-head than them. And if we just match their results, we'll finish above both of them. So that's a huge positive, especially with the horrible form that we're in. Real Betis, though, are not completely out of things yet. They're only 2 points behind, but they have played 1 game more. And Athletic Club are in there as well on 54 points with 2 games to play. Sevilla probably out of it. I mean, Sevilla can't catch us. They're 5 points behind with 1 game left to play. So I think, as a standard, top 4 is Champions League. In fact, we can check the rules. Should we check the rules rather than guessing? So top 4 is Champions League. Next 2 is Europa League. 7th place is Conference League. I think things have to go very wrong for us to not qualify for Europe at all. But like I say, we've not won in 4 matches. We are quite capable of having things go very wrong. Although we're playing against a weaker team again now, how sad are we going to be feeling off the back of the run of form that we're in? Hopefully not too sad. This is the team we're putting out there. It's Gonzalez in goal, a back four of Salinas, Rodriguez, Yegorov and Jimenez, Lucas and Santiago in midfield. Lucas is basically a midfielder now, I think this is his future. So Yegorov still hasn't learned to play right back, but he is learning slowly. He's a makeshift right back now. He's getting there. We still haven't signed him permanently, so I'm trying to turn him into a world-leading right-back. It might all be for nothing if we don't get much in the way of a transfer budget in the summer and can't sign him. But this is what we're going with for now. And then it's Canadas, Davies and Zahir behind Alcázar. And Zahir, by the way, after a bit of an iffy start, is getting better all the time. He's now wanted by Borussia Dortmund. So he's quite good at football. He's done 12 goal contributions this season. His average rating isn't super high, but I think that's because obviously his first half of the season, he was very slow to get started. It's when we made him this inverted winger that he's really stepped up and started to become a key player for us. And Alcázar, for a first season ever in La Liga, I mean, what a season he's had. 25 goals from 35 starts. How he's averaging less than 7, I'm genuinely baffled I think he is still La Liga's top scorer. We can double check going into these final 2 games. Is he still La Liga's top scorer? He is. He's clear of Ian Van Hilton, who we know all about, by 3 goals. So he's very, very likely, I would say at this point, to win La Liga top scorer with a stupidly low average rating, which is fascinating how that's even possible. Maybe all of these goals are painting over the fact that he doesn't really contribute to the team very much. He is a modern day Erling Haaland. He'll just score lots of goals. He's a big, strong, fast boy who will score goals, but unless he's scoring goals, you won't notice he's there other than the fact that he's massive because he doesn't really contribute to anything. But luckily, we've also got a modern day David De Bruyne behind him in Jack Davies, who is pulling all of the strings. Maybe, I mean, and we're playing 5 centre-backs. Maybe I'm Pep Guardiola. Has anybody checked? I need to shave my head. We're the new Manchester City, boys and girls. Wonderful stuff. Right. Does that mean we can cheat to get into the chat? But let's not talk about that. Right. Alcacer plays it out to Canidas on the left-hand side, and he plays it back to Salinas. No cross from him at the first attempt, but Santiago's effectively a centre-back as well. We are basically playing 6 centre-backs today, and there's one of them scoring an absolute worldie. Salinas, lovely work from him. I think we were all as worried as I was way back on the first day of the season when we had to play him centre-back because we had no other centre-backs fit. By the way, great work from Santiago there. But Salinas, we've now signed him permanently. He is blossoming as a left-back, and this is a stunning goal. Lovely work from him. First attempt wasn't ideal, but second time round, when he eventually gets the ball back, our left back should not be able to do this, because this is bonkers. He's turned that guy inside and out, gone past him, got himself a yard of space, and then scored from such a tight angle. It's perfectly placed on his other foot, by the way. That foot's only supposed to be for standing on. Lovely, lovely work from him. And we are 1-0 up, and we do need to keep an eye on what that means for the league table. Because obviously the league table is all important. If we can somehow get into the Champions League, imagine the amount of money that's going to flow through this club. Imagine the summer we can have with Champions League ahead of us. Zahir makes it 2-0. Lovely stuff. Once again, the fullbacks instrumental. Jimenez from the right-hand side this time, who, by the way, I've had to take off his centre-back training. He didn't like it. So he's a right back for life, I guess, even though he's 6'2" and a better centre back than Yegorov is. He's decided he wants to be a full back forever. And to be fair, when he's as effective as he is, enjoying being this big, strong, physical, very attacking right wing back, why on earth would he want to be a boring old centre back? I kind of get where he's coming from. Although centre-back, it's the pathway into all of the other positions, as Lucas is demonstrating. Now he's establishing himself as a midfielder for us, which I didn't expect to happen, but he's just... Maybe Quick Pick was onto something all along. He's just getting better at it all the time. And Salinas, once again, playing like a winger, but then plays it back to Canidas, who gives the ball away. And then somebody... Santiago is the somebody, has broken one of their players, and we're now down to 10 men, and that's not ideal. Because I don't like being down to 10 men. I think we switch to this system and we basically... I guess we do just get him... He'll just kind of have to be there. And then he'll be there. And then they'll have to figure it out. Davies is not a central midfielder, but I can't sacrifice him 20 minutes in when he's such a key player for us. So he's just going to have to play a little bit deeper. There have been a couple of times over the last 6 or 7 matches where we played Davies and Diawara together. There was a match where we played Davies on the wing and Diawara in midfield. There was one where we did the more attacking system and we had Diawara on the right wing with Davies as the number 10. So we are getting better at playing the two of them together. But if Davies could learn to play central midfield, it would give me so much more in-match tactical flexibility than we've got at the moment. I don't know that I like this, but... I think we've got to be grateful that we're already 2-0 up and hope that we don't balls it up, because that red card from a guy who's been so important to promotion last year and then establishing ourselves in La Liga this year, Santiago has been great. He's probably someone we're going to look to upgrade on anyway. But, oh my word, Alcacer nearly scored from miles out. But yeah, Santiago has been great. It would be a shame if he ended up being the man who cost us Champions League qualification with just an absolute moment of madness. But yeah, Alcacer just trying to prove that he's not Erling Haaland, I guess, trying to score from 45 yards and hitting the post. When he beat the keeper from that, right? It shows how powerful he is. He can hit it that hard from that far out that it's still going to beat the keeper, and he just needed to be a bit more accurate with it. Zahir trying to win the ball back and is not able to. And it's Leganés. Oh, we've given away a penalty now. What is going on? We've had a red card and now we've given away a penalty. Oh, it's not a penalty. Okay. We get away with one a little bit. I think that was probably inside the area, but I'm not gonna be campaigning for it. Let's put it that way. But it was clumsy from Yegorov, but we do get away with it. So we'll take a final whistle now, please, Ref. I'm a little bit nervous looking at the league table currently. Atletico, are they playing? Was that them Where is that? Atletico? No, it's Athletic Club. Atletico aren't playing. Okay, so that's why they're dropping down. Osasuna, I think, were winning, were they? Where's the result? Where's the latest score? Oh, show me the latest scores. Latest scores. Osasuna aren't playing it. So yeah, we're the only ones playing right now. So we can't read too much into any of it, other than the fact that getting points on the board, mega important. So let's just keep trying to get points. Let's just win our match and not worry about what anyone else is doing. Alcacer plays it into Zahir, who's through on goal and should have made it 3-0. That was a big opportunity that has been squandered there. And there's definitely, and we've seen this a lot over the last few matches, there are definitely signs of end of season nerves, players who are realising they're on the verge of something absurd. And there is just these moments of nerviness, the red card, the clumsy challenges, the misplaced passes, the missed sitters. We are getting a little bit more of that. And I think we are fortunate today that we're playing against a team that we are much better than. Cross comes in, Canada's is there, and it's 3-0. And that should rubber stamp things for today, even with 10 men. Lovely. I tell you what, he's been a good signing. It's a shame that we've lost Angel, but I love the fact that we've got a ponytail in the team. You don't get a lot of them. But he's just having basically a big striker out wide on that side just gives us the opportunity to score goals like that, which we just didn't have with Angel in the team. So I think there's only room for one little creative guy, and that's Davis. And Angel, unfortunately, is the victim. But you know what? Angel, Javier, they go into the pile of players that are genuine club legends. We couldn't have done it without them. We signed Angel in the 3rd tier. He shouldn't be playing for us in the Champions League, but the fact that he was instrumental even in the first half of this season shows just what a good signing some of these players have been over the course of however many seasons it's been now. Canadas is going to come off, and we are going to bring on Angel because he's a superstar. So he's going to come on and play his usual inverted winger role on that left-hand side. I think we also take off Davies for Diawara at this point. And that'll probably do for now. We don't want to weaken things too much, but I think at 3-0 up, we can probably have the more physical, complete midfield player in there rather than the attacking midfielder playing a little bit deep. And Diawara, probably more than anybody, feels a little bit hard done by that we don't play him every week, because we probably should. It's just the system doesn't suit him every week. Right, Larinaga, who might go down as a bit of a miss unless we turn him into a right back. He's not really working out, and Jimenez was injured. He was a doubt going into this game. It was a coin flip between him and Daniel to start fitness wise. So the fact he's made it 80 minutes in, that'll do nicely. But yeah, Larinaga, I thought was going to be I think we signed Larinaga at a point where I wasn't completely sold on Zahir, and then Zahir immediately, maybe he just needed a guy to challenge him. Zahir kind of had that as his turning point, and then Diawara's played a few games on the right wing as well, and Larinaga hasn't really had much opportunity, unlike Canadas on the other side, who came in at the same time, and we basically brought both of those wingers in to upgrade on the positions we hadn't upgraded in the summer. And we did. It's just Larinaga, like I say, he's a squad player. It's important to have squad players, and he's doing well here. Lays it off to Daniel. He's got it back again. And now Larinaga. I think the other thing that isn't quite ideal for him is we hadn't completely settled on our shape when we signed him, and he is more of a winger. And I think we are settled on the wing backs and both wide players inverting and tucking in, which is something we'd never fully committed to before, but we kind of have done second half of the season with Zahir and Canadas. They both cut inside. The wing backs get more space to push on, and at which point the game crashed. And we've been here before, and the last time this happened, I was very honest and replayed. I basically just re-recorded the match, replayed everything, and we ended up losing a match that we were obviously going to win. I think this time, based on everything we've all just seen together, I can just instant result this game until we win it. I think that's fair, right? So I'm hoping the save point is immediately before the match. I think I have weekly auto saves on, so fingers crossed the save point is immediately before. in which case we're going to do it together, because I don't want anyone to accuse me of being a reloaderson. So we're going to do it together, and we'll do it as many times as it takes for us to get a result that looks like the previous one. Obviously, Santiago's probably not going to get sent off. Is it match day? Oh, thank goodness. Right, we are here on match day. The team is literally selected and ready to go. So we're going to instant result. If we win, we'll just go with whatever this instant result is. If we don't win, I think it's fair, because Champions League is on the line. I think it's fair for us to have another roll if we don't win. So let's see what happens. Just give me a win and it's easy then. Did we win? Where does it tell you? Oh, we won 4-0. There you go. So that's basically very similar to what would have happened anyway. So yes, Santiago's not been sent off, but we won 4-0. We were winning 3-0. I think that's fair. Do we all agree that's fair? Anyone who doesn't think that's fair, let's go and qualify for the... What happened in the other games? Osasuna lost. Okay. So they now can't finish above us. So I think, by my maths, if Spain end up getting a 5th Champions League spot, I think we're now guaranteed to be in it, because Osasuna can't finish above us. Atletico theoretically can. I guess if they win both of their games and we don't win the next one, they can still finish above us. But nobody else can. It's only Atletico that can finish above us at this point. So we're guaranteed top 5. Does it still have that thing where you used to be able to go on the club page and click on competitions and it would tell you what the lowest position you could finish is in? I don't even know if that exists anymore. What screen would that be on if it exists? It would probably be here. Yeah, it doesn't tell you. Yeah, on FM, all the previous FMs before this one, it would give you a range. I don't think we can finish lower than 5th now, which I think means we're in the Champions League. I mean, either way, as you can see, we're in the Europa League. We've qualified for a flavour of Europe with that win, which is huge. And now we just need to go into the final game of the season away against Valencia and see if we can get into that Champions League spot. And hope my computer doesn't crash again, because that was very upsetting. I was panicking quite a lot for quite a long time. It did like 8 Windows updates. It's taken half an hour to get the computer up and running again. I should probably check that the video files survived. Well, interestingly, despite when we were level on points to Atletico, Osasuna and... when we were level on points with Atletico and Osasuna, we were above all of them. But now we're only level on points with Atletico. They're above us. So I guess we had a better head-to-head with Osasuna, who had a better head-to-head than Atletico. I don't even know how that works. But either way, by Osasuna losing, we've actually dropped down a place despite winning 4-0 because they lost. This is why goal difference is best. Although, to be fair, we'd be 5th on goal difference as well. But that's bonkers. Okay, so final game of the season. I think we had quite a big call to make here because it's an away game, and most away games this season we've played the 4-3-3, and Diawara would come in for Davies and we'd do the normal midfield 3 with them. But we've got to win. We've got to try and win the game and finish above Atletico. We've got possibly the last chance we're going to have for look at that value. We might not get another chance like this for a long, long time to qualify for the Champions League. I think second season syndrome is going to be a thing. I think next season is going to be much harder than this season has been. And I think we've got to try and go for it. So we're going to play Davies. We're going to play the more attacking of the two systems. If we go 2-0 up, we might take Davies off and bring Diawara on. But I think in the meantime, we do everything we can to try and win the match and try and finish 4th. Even though 5th might be enough. Oh, my word. Whatever updates happened when the game crashed, it's all a little jittery now, isn't it? Goodness me. Oh, my goodness me. Well, we've scored a goal, but at what cost? The game looks like it's falling apart. And now there's someone at my front door. Oh, new stock of Holy, but we're not doing an advert for them today, so I won't talk about them. other than that. I don't think that's... Right, we're not even posting the link. We're not doing it today. My word. Right, we are winning 1-0. I hope that was just early jitters from the computer being just turned back on. No, it is still horrific. Oh my word. Well, obviously I'll try and fix this before the next match. I don't know how. Maybe I need to update my graphics drivers now the PC itself has had loads of updates. But yeah, we'll worry about that. Red card for Valencia. We'll worry about that after this match, because right now the only thing that matters is qualifying for the Champions League, and I would really like to see what's going on in the Atletico match, please and thank you. Who are they playing? They're 2-0 up against Rayo Vallecano. So, I mean, as it stands right now, we're going to finish 5th, and we don't know if that's enough. I guess we'll find out after the match. I think we basically finished 5th regardless because of the gap between us and Osasuna and the fact that we should be above them. So I think if Atletico win, I don't think it really matters what happens in our match, which is incredibly frustrating going into the last game of the season, feeling as powerless as we are. But we have struggled against them when we played them in the league. I think we drew at home and lost away. So, I mean, obviously by rights they should finish above us. It's just, is 5th place going to be enough for the Champions League? I mean, being completely, I guess there's two schools of thought about which we want. Obviously, from a financial perspective, getting into the Champions League is huge. And obviously that's the one we want because it's the Champions League. That being said, there's obviously no chance of us winning the Champions League next season. Could we win the Europa League? Maybe we could. So maybe we're better off being in the Europa League and winning that, or at least having a chance to win it, rather than just going into the Champions League to be whipping boys. But I mean, with the structure of the Champions League as it is now, we'd get through the league stage, but I don't think we'd get very far with the knockouts unless we have an absurd summer. That's a lovely goal from Zahir. I mean, I guess the other thing is someone like him who's attracting interest from traditional Champions League clubs like Borussia Dortmund, getting into the Champions League is going to make it more likely that we can keep players like that. Whereas, obviously, if we're not playing at that level and we've got players who think they should be playing at that level, and there's probably a few who would go into that category, it might be harder to keep them if we're not in the Champions League. But that, I mean, these are the kind of things that are nice problems to have, aren't they? I mean, I did notice when I was looking before, Jack Davies is still earning less than £5,000 a week. So that's probably something that needs to be dealt with this summer. There's probably going to be a few players like that who are still on their contracts from end of last season, start of this season, who are going to look at someone like, I mean, Zahir is probably earning close to 10 times what Davies is earning. Yegorov is probably earning more. I think Yegorov's on I think Canadas is on like £50,000 a week. So probably is earning 10 times what Davies is earning. And obviously that's not right. That's good link-up play from Alcacer there. And it falls to Davies. And Davies shoots from range and scores and restores our 2-goal advantage. And I will continue to apologise for how horrible the frame rate is currently. How laggy everything is. But with 3-1 up on the last day of the season, I don't want to replay the match. It's been one of those days. Atletico are going to win. So I guess we just have to wait and see if this is enough to get into the Champions League or not. Can we just, I'd like to know now. It all feels in the end like it's been a little bit, it's all been pre-decided. Now we'd just like to see the outcome, please. We're not gonna lose, and even if we do, it doesn't matter because we're going to finish 5th regardless because Atletico aren't going to lose. So let's just skip to the end now. If it's all the same with you, Football Manager. Right. Let's take off Alcacer. He's had a very uneventful game for him. Salinas is going to come off for Garcia. We'll take off Canadas for Angel, and that will do for now. And I mean, we are going to leave. No, not that. Well, what am I looking for? This? No, not this. Oh, it's down here. I do know the controls. I was hoping there might have been a goal the other way, but Atletico now 5-1 up. That job is done for them today. Larinaga is going to come on, and then for the final change, we will bring on Diawara and switch to the other system, and he can be a proper winger. And Diawara can get 10-15 minutes at the end to just be a little bit more defensively aware than we get with Davies. Not that it really matters, because it doesn't matter if we draw. Osasuna are losing again, so they're actually going to end up finishing 7th after all of this. So they were in with a chance of the Champions League, and they've utterly bottled it. They might end up in Conference League. But the question is, what are we going to be in? And there's your confirmation. We've finished 5th, level on points for Atletico. But do we get any confirmation one way or the other? It doesn't look like there's any in here. Yeah, we've had bonus payouts, talk of us being in the Europa League. I think we might be in the Europa League. Record high, obviously. It was our first season in La Liga. But we'll go and hunt for the coefficient thing in a second. Alcacer, what's he won? The top goal scorer in La Liga. Good work for him. Lovely work from him. How I've not won Manager of the Year, I don't know. I've ended up finishing 2nd. Absolutely should be Manager of the Year. Those budgets are pathetic compared to what I was expecting. Although they've done the same thing they did in January. They've given me loads of wage budget that we can shuffle around. Like we could take an extra 100. Yeah, we can work with that, I think. There's still plenty of money in the kitty. But how do we find coefficients? Coefficient. We don't want the club cup. We want the nation. Here we go. Yeah. So Spain are 2nd. So we should, I think, get the 5th Champions League spot. I don't know when the announcement comes through. Maybe after the Champions League final. Yeah, end of season review. All very good. Reach the Europa League proper. I think we might be in the Champions League, so we might fail that objective. But yeah. That is what I wanted to hear. Normally, this is stuff that would be in the transfer video, but I want to see if we're in the Champions League or not. Right, where should we go on holiday? I like Switzerland. Let's go to Geneva and have some perch. I love Geneva perch. Right, when's the Champions League final? Champions League final is the 2nd of June. We're going to go through to the 2nd of June, because I think it's after that we'll find out about the coefficients. We are moving stadium, though. So the board is looking for a new stadium to rent, power home range, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so it's still not telling us where we're moving to. This is the same message we got last summer, and then we didn't move. So that's still no news on that front. And we continue to push forward, waiting to see about the Champions League. Which, rather than me messing around doing all this stuff, I'll do all this off camera. I'll jump forward to after the Champions League final, and we'll find out for sure then. Well, it's now the 4th of June, and there's been no news about it. So I'm guessing we're in the Europa League. I guess we might get an update during the transfer video tomorrow, but I mean, Europa League, we can go and try and win it, I guess. So let's go and do that. But if you've enjoyed that video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.